Hey, good coffee morning. Trying to figure out some statistics here about our COVIDs going on, but it comes back to understanding statistics, putting together what we're looking at, why we're looking at it. First thing in the conversation comes up, it's part of disease theory. We're going to call it herd theory, but it's not. It's crowd theory. It just relates to populations being close to each other. So inside of herd theory is this immunity idea. About 70 to 80% of the herd has to have immunities. Somehow they have to be impervious to this thing, and that will actually keep that other 20% pretty safe. That's with no vaccine. Current American population is 330 million. Using that 80% herd immunity thing, that's 264 million people are going to get infected with this, whether we like it or not. So 264 million people in America. Now, mind you, this is another consideration, that's only 4.3% of the world's 7.6 billion people. So our 264 million that got infected, using this is a mortality rate. 6% means 15.8 million people will pass away because of this virus. So this part of this is, until there's a solution, is making that number better, that 6%. And that's a factor of hospital care. That 6% is our medical world. Boy, it is tough to write looking at the cell phone instead of at your pen. You get medical issues. So 15.8 million people are going to contract this disease. If it happened overnight, right? We use this 16% number. I'm sorry, that's 264 million are going to get it. And if 6% of them die, that's 15.8 million Americans. 6% of the U.S. population is at risk of dying from this. %. So now I come over and I look at the U.S. statistics today, depending on where you find them or what you look for. We currently have 298 recovered cases and 93,000. That's a lot less than 15.8 million. We're winning, right? But of 298,000 recovered, 93,000 have died. That is a 23% mortality rate. 23%. Can you see the fractals occurring here? So the whole idea is whatever this mortality rate is predicted to be. The whole idea was, instead of all of this happening at once, that it would happen over time. And time is all humans have. It's all we got. When it's done, it's done. So this is what it can look like. This is a huge death rate. This is what we want it to look like. This is a lower death rate, because health care. So in those numbers that they're showing you, in those charts they're showing you, underneath those bell curves, there's a total number of people that are going to be affected. Just because we know how diseases work, how pathogens work, we understand almost too well. It's scary, we can't fix it so fast. Now if we step out a little bit here, right, we're going to zoom out. All that stuff's still there. All that stuff is still there. What's going on the rest of the page? Why does a group over here? Why does this group X, let's put a silly symbol there, group X sub Q, get to play with statistics, make us all look like fools, make our media presenters seem like we don't understand how math works. So what you're seeing is these numbers over here being played with, the statistical basis for these derivatives, for these sums, for these predictions, for these models. This is what some people know very well, and this is some people don't know at all. This is waveform analysis, wave theory. This is interference patterns in our medical sciences, in our health care. This is a broken, fragmented, feeble attempt to hide corporate avarice and wealth. That's my opinion anyway. Do it better. It's there.